Mama's cocktail hour, so pour it up. Pour it up.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Zeta Lisa. Welcome to Mama's Cocktail Hour. Get your cannabis, get your coffee, get your vino, whatever your poison is, and get your butt in here. Today, we are going to be talking D4VD. Okay, this case has really had me in my feelings. I've said that before, so we are going to dive right into it. So it looks like a jury has been convened in the D4VD case. What does that mean? It looks like they're sitting with the grand jury to possibly come to a determination on whether they are going to proceed with charges. If they can go forward and, proceed with charges, they're reviewing witness statements, possibly speaking to witness. There's so much going on. And what I think is so interesting is that there has been a when it comes to the public. Like the ME's office has not yet released the autopsy results from Celeste Rivas Hernandez. It looks like they have been told by a court order to remain silent. So the LAPD is still investigating it. TMZ has gotten involved and came out and said that the body was partially thawed when it came into the ME's office. It looks like TMZ has buckled down on that statement, saying that a credible source advised them that the body itself was in a thawed or was thawing out at the stage that it was found. The LAPD came back and called that cap and basically said, no, that's not true. How would a body that has been in a car for 3-4 months, let's just say, minimal, be in a thawed out state, like thawing out state? That was something that I can't lie for myself. I was like a little confused about, because you guys already know on this channel, we like to speak facts. We want to make sure that we're saying that David is innocent until proven guilty, right? But we can still use our common sense to just come to a conclusion that's fair. Because for one thing, I love to be fair. Like, we honestly do not know what happened, but just like when my kids are telling me a story, I can always tell where there's gaps, because things may seem out of character, things may not add up, right? So this is what we do here. So welcome, subscribe if you haven't. Okay, so let's go down a little bit. Some things that I thought was interesting in this case for myself. Okay, there has been evidence found. Shout out to, I think her name is Kata Lynn. She does an amazing page where she breaks down content, and she had found in her research, she had found that there is a guy who goes all over LA, and he basically just does, like, I don't know, content maybe through streets showing like certain addresses and, in LA, like basically showing the houses and stuff. So she found a video in which in May of 2025, D4VD's Tesla was parked in that very same spot that they ultimately found it later in September. So the investigator, Stephen Fisher, has came out and said that there had, in his research, that in the case, he said that he had found that a lot of neighbors were complaining about this car for a really long time being parked in this same spot. And it wasn't like the first time that it was there or it got ticketed. So this guy who's doing this content shows up to the area where D4VD's car was parked, and D4VD's car was right there in May of 2025. Now, let's just start to put some facts together, right? She was found September 8th of 2025. That car was in that same position and was ultimately moved around and had been moving around until it was no longer moved around, and it was finally towed from that same location in September. So let's just say, right, because the LAPD has come out and said that, possibly this unaliving could have taken place sometime in the early spring. Okay, so let's fast forward to spring being March, April, May. Okay, May is when the car was first ticketed at this spot, that Bluebird Street, where D4VD's car was ultimately found. It was ticketed in May. So can we say that the body could have been in the car as of that time? I don't know, but it was ticketed. This guy, this social media guy, went through. You saw his video. You saw the car on the left side. That video came out in May of 2025. And it showed David's Tesla in that same area, which is ultimately like 3-4 blocks away from his house. I've seen the map. Like literally, he is 4 blocks away from his house. That's where the car was parked. Very odd information. It looks like so many people are going back and forth on the validity of a lot of the statements. I have just myself heard a crazy statement in regards to this case. And, you know, TikTok is airing so many things out. Reddit is airing so many things out. Like, so many investigators have really put a lot of information together just off of screenshots. He was on Discord. He did a lot of his, like, talking to, like, his fans, so to speak, on Discord. So there's a lot of text from him on Discord that people have exposed. There is a theory that I haven't fully vetted, so I don't want to bring it into this table, but there is a pregnancy theory. And there is someone coming out about information regarding that. But before I throw this on that channel, I'm on my channel, I want to just do some vetting to make sure that that information could be credible, okay? So there is a lot percolating on this case. One of the biggest things that I have seen thus far is the thawing issue, right? Going back to that. So like I said, I agree with the fact that if that car could have been, if that body could have ultimately been in the car since May, that is June, July, August, September, that's 4 months of a body being in a car, in a heated car. So I feel like it makes sense to me when people are coming out and saying that the body was in a very terrible state, because it could have been cooking in this car for a really long time. And so there has been speculation about the body itself being waterlogged. And I was like, what the hell is waterlogged? Like, I had to really take into it, but I guess it's when the skin starts to, like, I know it's gross, guys. It's absolutely gross. But it's like when the skin starts to turn into like a smudge-y substance, right? So I don't know what's going on. But one thing is for certain, 2 things for sure, they are moving on this case. So every YouTuber, every TikToker, everybody that has been screaming justice for Celeste Rivas Hernandez, I applaud you. I'm one of those people. We want to get down to, why was there a little girl? Why was there a little girl who, I think she turned 15. She was only 14 years old. Why was she found in the trunk of your car that was registered to you? Why did you park this car 4 blocks away from your house? There's so many whys. Why was this girl at your concert when you're 20 years old? Like, there are so many whys in this case. And I like to say that I am a advocate for all victims. This is what this channel is about. This channel isn't about gossip. Well, I mean, there's a little bit of gossip, but it's about also getting down to the real, right? Getting down to the truth, getting down to the nitty gritty. This channel has been everything to me, and I've like explored so many different avenues. So don't just think that there's one side of me. I also do sports. I also do true crime. I do a little bit of gossip. I do current events. I do anything pop culture. And y'all already know I do Knicks, right? So there's a little bit of me to go around for any type of like taste that you may have. So if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. Your girl is out here trying to grow, so please be a part of this family. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to keep you guys updated on this topic. There's like things coming in every day, so I will be on it. It's your girl Zeta Lisa, and we will talk on the next video. Bye.
Cartel, I was so poeta. it up.